Hi, AT from CNC at Home. In our last video, I talked about an issue I was having with some of my burns, where the horizontal, vertical, any straight surface actually was cutting out wavy. Wasn't quite sure what was going on, and I needed to make sure that it wasn't the software. So I did some burns where I changed parameters. Here I did horizontal burning, still wavy, so that didn't fix it. Another option was to take the image and rotate it 90 degrees and then burn it. The idea here was to see if it was the software that was doing it or if there was a hardware issue causing the problem. As you can see in this burn, there's still wavy lines, and it is still more in line with the laser itself, not the image. So it is rotated 90 degrees, so it's not the software. Here's another burn where we can see the wavy lines as well. So I wanted to see what was wrong with the laser itself, because that's what seemed to be wrong. So I moved it around, everything seemed to be moving smoothly. One thing that I did notice was that the gantry was wiggling. This isn't the bar flexing, it's the actual gantry wiggling. This is something that I noticed right off the bat when I purchased this laser. To fix this, I'd taken a piece of black electrician's tape and to put it across the bottom of the rail. That gave just a little extra spacing, and it seemed to hold the laser in place fairly well. So I took the whole thing apart here and took a look at the tape. It wasn't adhering anymore, and there were some holes in it. So from a fair amount of burning over the past several months, it's kind of worn that out. So that fix is no longer doing what it's supposed to do. So that might be part of the problem or all the problem. One way to find that out is to replace the tape, put everything back together, and see how it works. The first step is to peel off the old layer of electrician's tape and then put a new layer on. As I'm putting this on, you'll notice that I'm basically patting down the front edge only. By doing this, what it'll let me do is take the gantry and run it across and pull the tape down into the notch of the rail there. Once it's done that, then you'll see that I pat the whole thing down and make sure that it's stuck nicely on there. With the belt out of the way, I can take the laser and slide it back on the rail. This pushes the tape down into the groove, and I can adhere the backside of the electrician's tape to the rail. Running it all the way down kind of gets it in position, and then I can tack it down with my fingers. I've spent some time to make sure everything on the laser gantry was all nice and tight and working as it was supposed to before I reinstalled it. I did take some canned air and blew out the two cooling fans to make sure that there was no dust left in there. Now it's time to put the gantry back on the rail and take the belt and wrap it through and attach it to the far end. I want to make sure that the gantry moves smoothly as well, so I periodically tested it to make sure. Then it's reattaching the whole bar back onto the laser gantry itself. With the laser reattached, it's time to do a test burn to see if we've made any improvements on the wavy line or if we're still running into an issue. I'm just taking some time here to make sure that the tile is square with the laser. Now that it's positioned in the lower left corner, I can start the burn. At first glance, the burn certainly seems to be doing better than it had been. On close examination, we can see that there's still some waviness going on. If we zoom into the end, you'll see that it's got a little bit of white showing and it should be straight there. So something is still wrong. Here's an example of before and after. So it's still doing better, but not perfect.
Oops.
Hi, I'm AT from CNC at Home. If you like our content, help support our channel by clicking on subscribe and liking our videos. Thank you for watching this video. Have fun with your CNC at Home projects.